Today we meet a young lady at UT who found a way to combine her passions with craft making skills to start her own business. Tess Waibel is a junior marketing student here at the University of Tennessee and the founder of Salt and Light Company. So joining me now, Tess Waibel, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it was so nice to see that someone at UT is starting their own company and like building their own brand, and that's something that we've definitely talked about on the show. So really excited to see what you have to say about what you've done. So tell me something, like just the history of Salt and Light Company, when it got started and what's it about.
Yeah, so Salt and Light Company is something that I've always had a real passion for, creating things, necklaces, signs, and also finding a lot of antique finds. That's just something that I've loved, design, decor, and I guess January of this year, I decided to put it into a company called Salt and Light Company, and I've done it ever since. So I'm also a student, and just doing it on the side.
Okay, so with it being on the side, it's a big project. Yeah, so it started in January, so that's spring of last semester. When, like what even, like where did the name come from, I guess was.
Yeah, so I probably had the name picked out before I knew I wanted to do create the company, and it came from the book of Matthew in the Bible that says the salt of the earth and the light of the world, and I've always heard salt and light, and it's kind of stuck with me as something that can be encouraging, and most of my products kind of have like a I hope just like a light and a positivity to him, so I thought it matched well.
Yeah, perfect. So you have Brave and Love on your necklace that you had engraved into it. So tell us a little bit of how you embroider your necklaces. And so over here we have Worry, we have Brave, and what are the other ones over here?
Home, Dream,
Home and
Grace.
Dream. So what, you know, how does that go about whenever you're thinking about what to embroider into these necklaces?
Yeah, well, everything can be personalized. So that's something fun that through talking to people, I kind of hear what their word is, you know, what encourages them. And so I get a lot of words from just talking to people, and then things that I find kind of uplifting, and then I stamp them on. Everything's handmade, and everything can be custom made.
So what equipment are you using to make these? Because if you look at this here, it's as if it's a chain that you had, you know, stuck into, and what is this, if I may ask, the gold piece? Is it spray painted? And
yeah, it's actually a penny that I take, and then I hammer it and stamp it, and so it's a fun process.
That's so cool, so cool. And so not just necklaces, let's move on to, like, okay, so this is obviously not easy. It does not look easy to make. How did you make all of this?
So this, most everything that I make is using reclaimed materials, so things that were used once for a different purpose and then used, like the pennies. My signs are made from barnwood or different kind of
that you're out, you know, you're out here looking for, right?
Yeah, things that are reused. This was like a old frame that I just kind of painted, made into something new. Like I said, that was barnwood. And so everything can be kind of redefined, repurposed, and I love that.
That's even better, because here you go, that's smart entrepreneurship right there. You know, you spend just a little bit of money to make it, and then you're here making money off of it, and it's such a beautiful craft too. That's awesome. So with the craft that you're able to make, I guess, where is all of this going? Are you backpacking it and running around like, hey, I'm selling this stuff, or you know, where you keep all of this merchandise, as well as, tell me a little bit.
Right, so I keep it all in my garage. And I make it at home, and it's kind of, right now I have a website, saltlightco.com. And so I sell it online. I've started on Etsy, but mainly online. And then I have an Instagram that I sell, and I've done fairs. So it's kind of just like wherever I go. Yeah,
that is so cool, so cool. So I guess, where have you seen the most growth over the past year, since January, or the past 10 months?
Yeah, it's such a learning experience. So learning how to market and how to kind of promote the brand.
Of course.
Yeah, so I guess Instagram's been fun to see growth in, and just learning kind of what I want the company to become and the brand and what I want to make. So it's been a bunch of creative challenges, and it's been fun.
That's cool. So are there fairs and festivals that you're able to go to and showcase your stuff?
Yes. Okay. Luckily, Knoxville right now is becoming such a community for makers. So people who are just making things and then selling them. So with that said, I've really been able to go to a lot of art fairs and just like meet other people and sell my stuff. And it's been, Knoxville, I'd say, is really going places with their maker and small business
and just
community.
making opportunities open to whether you're a student doing it on the side or someone looking to take it to full business.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So is this something you think you can go and create a business out of straight out of high school or straight out of college, or do you see yourself kind of getting into employment in other areas and continuing to do it on the side?
Right. I'd say that that's been the great part about doing it while in college is it's all been kind of, I get to see, I still have 2 more years of school, so I'll really get to see once I'm out of school if I want to continue it or if I'm just going to do it for the time being. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. For now, I'm really enjoying it, so it's been fun.
Of course. So what advice would you have to give? So obviously our audience is full of college students who we love to watch the show. What advice would you give them about starting your own business, getting into entrepreneurship? Because it seems pretty challenging. So you're taking it to the next level of making your own products and then marketing them. But I guess from the very step one, what advice would you give?
Yeah, I'd say the biggest thing you can do is just like start it. I think I had so many ideas that until personally my dad told me, like, why don't you just do it, those ideas would have never come to works. And so for anyone who has an idea or wants to do something, and that goes for not just entrepreneurship but anything, I'd say, like the Nike, just do it. You just have to start it, and even if you don't know what you're doing or like don't know how to do it, like getting started is the best thing that you can do, and it will start to develop from there. Yeah,
that's awesome. And you're doing all of this by yourself. Is there anyone that is behind the works with you, whether it be your parents who are holding your stuff in the garage or anybody helping you, or is this all by yourself?
Oh, I'll definitely give a shout out to my parents.
Hey Mom, hey Dad.
Hey, love you all. That they've definitely been the kind of encouraging force, and my dad's always been the person who's kind of helped me make stuff, so he's kind of been my handyman. So just between him and all the people who have supported me by buying stuff, and I'd say a lot of people have gone into, bought into the Salt and Light Company. So it's good.
That's great. Fun fact, Tess actually made some peanut butter earlier this semester as well. I wish we could have brought some on the show. We're not able to bring food in here, unfortunately. So maybe we'll send all the production team who stayed out with us, and we're going to go find some peanut butter Tess had made. So how did that even come about? I guess you're so used to making crafts and necklaces and things like that and house attire, but what about getting into peanut butter? What was that like?
Right. That was such a funny thing because Salt and Light Company, it wasn't a part of it, and it was just kind of like I like peanut butter. I learned how to make it, and then I started selling it, and I put something up on Instagram asking for people who would want to buy it, and ended up selling like 25 of them. So it's one of those things where you just have to do it.
That's great. Tell me the name of this peanut butter product, please.
All the college students will enjoy it. It was called D's Nuts.
So D-E-E-Z, nuts.
Right. I mean, it's the best peanut butter name. Like if I could drop out of school and do D's Nuts, I feel like I could sell it on that. So
that's great. I looked at this peanut butter mason jar and said, "Oh, Tess, we go from Salt and Light Company that originated from the Bible, and here we are holding a peanut butter can. This is D's Nuts." And you said you sold it to adults as well, right? Some adults have bought it. What did they say?
They're probably like, "Oh, that's creative."
That's
I had no idea
Didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
That is great. Thanks for coming on, Tess.
Thank you so much. Can I add one more thing?
Of course, anything you like.
Okay, so there's a group of business students who are working to promote a student line of student-made products.
Perfect.
That during homecoming will be available at the Vol Shop in the Commons.
Great.
So Salt and Light Company is joining their efforts, and for
and
the
this
weekend.
Is during homecoming week.
The week,
Great.
yeah, the week and the weekend of homecoming.
Perfect.
Salt and Light Company and a lot of other great student-run businesses their products will be sold in the Commons Vol Shop.
Perfect. So if you guys go over there by Walmart and Publix area, Tess will be there in the Vol Shop on the first week of November.
Yeah.
Great. So find out more of Tess's crafts and sales on Etsy.com and also on her company, saltlightco.com. Follow her on Instagram at saltlightcompany. So be sure to keep tuning into VolTalk and keep subscribing to our channel. Tune in for all of our latest updates and news and interviews that we bring you guys weekly. See you guys next week.